This is Nadine with Happy Eating Healthy. Today I'm going to show you how to make a fried apple. It's really quite good, and the whole thing is only 119 calories. It makes a great side dish with a healthy meal, and it has that little bit of sweet for your sweet tooth. Let me show you how to do it. I have my apple here. I'm only going to be doing 2 apples. And I don't have to peel these apples. I just need to break them down into pieces. So I'm going to use my apple core slicer. And I use that to put my whole body weight into it. I try to center that. And I just push down. And then I just go ahead and I push them out. Now the one thing I do, because this does not always get all of the core out because you can't get it even, is I do look at this and I decide I don't really want that, so I cut that out. But the rest of this is great. Now if that's too thick, I can always cut it in half and make it thinner. So you're going to decide how thick you want yours. This one, it looks good as it is. This one is really thick and it's got a little bit of the core. So I cut the core out and I'm just going to cut it in half. This one looks good. I'm going to cut that one in half. I think I'm going to take this one back out and cut it in half too. I like them just a little bit thinner. That one looks good. Those two look good. Okay. Just going to do the exact same thing with my second apple. Again, I want to try to center that where the core is. And I just push down. Then I just push the apples out. Again, I look at all the apples, decide if I want to cut them a little bit smaller, decide if I need to cut the core out. And now these are ready. So we're going to take these over to the stove and we're going to start frying them up. Okay, I have my skillet. I'm going to melt my butter spread. So I'm not using actual butter. This is lower calories. This is the I can't believe it's not butter spread. I'm going to melt that in here. I have the heat turned up a little bit because I want to get this melted. Once it's melted and I add the apples, I will turn this down to a low heat. But right now, I'm just wanting to get this melted. Notice it's starting to boil there, and I still have some parts that are not melted. So that's why I like to stir it around while I'm trying to melt it. This does not quite melt the same way as regular butter, but it still gives you very good results. Alright, now I'm going to turn that down to a simmer, and I'm going to add my sugar. Not all of it, just half of it, so 1/8 cup. And to that sugar, I'm going to add my apples. And I want to stir and coat the apples. And then this is just going to simmer in this fat and sugar for about 20 minutes once it comes back up to a boil. Going to simmer covered for about 20 minutes until the apples are tender. And of course, we will come back and stir it frequently. turn that heat up just a little bit so that we can get this to come back to a boil. When I dumped the apples in, they were cold. Probably should have had them at room temperature so it brought that fat and everything down. So we're just turning the heat up just enough to get this back to a simmer. Then we'll turn the heat down again. See there, it's starting to simmer. Now we're going to turn the heat down to a simmer again. And we're going to cover it. We're now going to let that simmer for about 20 minutes, and I will stir it about every 5 minutes. We'll be back to show you what else we need to do after that has simmered for 20 minutes. I just noticed I forgot to turn the record button on. So what I did when this was done cooking is I dumped the other sugar and the cinnamon in and I stirred it up. And you see now we've got this delicious looking, almost looks like applesauce, but it's our fried apples. May have cooked it a little bit too long. This is going to be 3 servings and it's going to be 119 calories per each serving. With our fried apples, I'm just going to put it in this crock and I'm going to try to get about 1/3 of it. And if you wanted to and you wanted more cinnamon, you could sprinkle a little bit more cinnamon on top. But I like it just like this. This is a lovely side to put on a dish. Good fruit, not that many calories, only a little over 100 calories. Can kind of double up as a fruit and a dessert. So today I'm going to pair up my beef stroganoff with this crock of fried apples, fried cinnamon apples. Going to be so good. Bake some up today. I also, if I wanted to, could put a little green salad right there, and that would complete my plate. I don't really want a lot of salad there, just enough to help my plate look really nice. So I'm not really going for a full serving. I won't worry about putting anything else on except just a tiny bit of salad dressing. And then I have my delicious, healthy beef stroganoff dinner. This is Nadine with Happy Eating Healthy. Here's our beef stroganoff dinner. Gonna taste so good, and yet it's not that many calories. This whole dish fits in my guidelines of 600 calories or less. Enjoy and happy eating.